I miss you too. Let's get it. And we are back with another Triple T exclusive. Yes, the legendary man himself has returned. PvP Dark Zone 2026. Year 8. 10th year anniversary for Div just passed. New ops, new stories, we on that ass. Loose Dina, y'all ain't gonna last. Yeah! Burn! Let's get it. We got AK out here acting up. You have to go pay AK a visit. Nevertheless, we are back, and we got nerds out here acting up. I'm gonna have to punch on a few. Feels good to be back. Understand. What are we up to? What are we doing? Dark Zone PvP. It's in a mess. We got lag switches and third-party devices being used like it's no tomorrow. We've got so much going on in the PvP community. Definitely gonna get into it. New prototype gear on the way. A lot of people not feeling it. It being exclusive just to that mode. Excluding open world, excluding conflict, excluding Dark Zone. I don't know. The devs have been really good at leaving out like whole sides of the community. That being PvP. PvP has just been forgotten about. It's like an afterthought. I'm beginning to ask myself why even put it in Div 2 with so little focus. So little focus. Why is it even in the game? Oh, because the Dark Zone is part of the story. And they kind of flipped that in a weird way to where we can come out here and have an experience. In fact, a lot of PvPers don't even touch the open world unless they go in and get a specific exotic item. That being, maybe a season's reward at the end. That could be the sheriff, could be Tinkerer, could be a number of different things that they could not get in Dark Zone. However, I know guys that have been playing from day one, Shade Tech level 2, 3, 4,000. Understand? So there are guys that we got some in the clan. Shout out to Lieutenant Let's Go Esco, man. I believe Esco's Shade Tech level is barely over 3,000, man. He's been playing from day one. So he doesn't get, too much sun outside the Dark Zone, man. And that's okay. For all you players who are strictly DZ or, you guys like to go out here and spend the majority of your time, I'm with you. Dark Zone is my favorite thing to do at the end of the day. However, it being plagued with so much bullshit, not really being policed and monitored in the correct way. Lots of things have been happening and no changes. No changes at all. They put a system in place so we could go ahead and put this stuff out there and document certain cases that take place. And really there hasn't been too much of again, any real monitoring and disciplining of those of us that are breaking these rules and ruining other people's experience. And I do understand on the PvE side that this is also an issue. So I don't want to sweep that under the rug and say, oh, it's not an issue because, they're PvE and they're doing... No, it's an issue because it shouldn't be happening, period. I think the punishments for some of these actions should be much more severe. I mean, as of right now, they're non-existent. You got people putting out videos and taunting the devs, saying that they're not going to do anything. And they know they're not going to do anything. Yo, shout out Blur. What's going on, brother? I'm finna get out here and punch on some agents, but you know, we like to do our intro. We like to talk our shill. You understand? Um, so right now we're just talking about the state of the game, man. Like where it's at, and you know, for PvP not to get any love in this game is just crazy to me. Um, it's crazy how the first game had way more PvP in it than the second game, and I'm certainly hoping that that doesn't ring true with Div 3. But if you guys aren't sitting down, you might want to sit down for this one. I believe as of yesterday, they came out and said that Ubi just did some more layoffs, and those layoffs did include studios that are actively working on Div 2 and that are working on Div 3. So with no release date in sight, there's a good chance we might not get Div 3 for the next 2-3 years. And when I first heard that, I was just like, bullshit. You know what I mean? Just for the simple fact, it only took them about 2 years to make Div 2. It didn't take them long at all. Um, so to see these layoffs, these things that are going on, the studios, excuse me, studios are downsizing. I don't know what is going on right now, man. I'm honestly at the point where I'd even consider if UB no longer could maintain the title, or they could no longer maintain the game, its expectations, player base, future projects. If they can't do that, then why not just sell the licensing to the game, the ownership, everything for a nice price? Because I mean, they got a really good thing going here with the Division franchise, you know. And if you play Tom Clancy games, you already know how that goes. I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. I could talk about Rainbow Six, and we could talk about Splinter. We could talk about a lot of different, you know, Tom Clancy games that extended throughout the years. Metal Gear Solid, wonderful game. Metal Gear Solid 4 was one of my favorite games. Um, we could talk about that kind of stuff. However, I don't see this as a good thing for the Division community, for us to be left in limbo and trying to put pieces together and reading cryptic tweets and trying to figure this out and trying to figure that out. Um, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I really am having a hard time. You know, me being such a fan of the game, the franchise, storyline, just anything within the Div, you know, universe, and to have it just left in limbo somewhere where none of us can see it, and some type of weird parallel, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. So here's the deal. Um, I mean, the future's not looking bright. You know, I know they just announced year 8 is supposed to roll this stuff out, and I don't really think year 8 will be affected as much as Division 3 will be affected. You know, um, it just sucks, man. It sucks because there's so many of us that have been looking for other games. I've heard people speak of Ark. Ark's not Div, especially isn't Div Dark Zone. I could understand why some of you guys compare the two. I could understand how you say there's similarities, but the weapons, the gear, the build system, I don't think that they're anything even close to being similar. And that's just, I mean, I've watched people play hours of Ark. I mean, I really was like, okay, let me at least sit back and see what everybody's talking about. And I don't, you know, again, I could see why some of you guys may say it, but I mean, if we're going to be honest, I really don't think it's enough there, you know. Um, so yeah, things are looking grim for Div, man. Hopefully everyone can hang in there. Um, you know, one thing that I can see them doing that will help the longevity of this game is not just pile a whole bunch of loot in the game and new stuff, what they need to do is they need to expand what they already have. And what I mean by that is there's so many places on the map that we don't even get to see very often, or people just don't go to. Kenley College is one, just to name a few. Another one would be Pentagon. You know, there's so many places in this game where they could make it like a conflict map, or they could make it a dark zone, where they don't even have to spend a whole lot of time on trying to build the map because the map is already in the game. You understand? So if they can get some of those tech geeks together, you know, the ones that are making 3, 4, 500,000 a year, you understand? The ones that really know what they're doing. What I would say is you get enough of those nerds together, man, and figure it out. And you won't have to worry about putting so much time and resources into, well, how are we going to build this map and how are we. It's already in the game, man. You know, and not doing anything for PvP is just a tragedy. You know, I feel for conflict and Dark Zone players. I really, really do. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. Um, we got a few agents out here. We'll go out here and beat on some agents while we talk our ish. But I don't think it's fair, man. I think it's a shame. You know, especially me being a Dark Zone player. I really think it sucks, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm concerned for Div 3, man. With them just announcing those layoffs that they had. I believe it was yesterday. Could have been the day before. You know what I mean? I wasn't on the last few days, so I'm kind of in the dark about some of the recent events. But this guy's awareness is non-existent. And yes, I am using the Lady Death. Absolutely. Oh.
Hostile hive detected.
First kill of the stream. Let's go. I'm just hoping we can come up with a resolution, man. You know what I mean? Something to where the player base will be satisfied, man. I mean, Dark Zone players, we don't even ask for much. If we can get a new map here and there, some policing in the servers to where if people are doing some, you know, some funny shit, there's actually penalties and punishments. There's things to deter people from doing some of the things that they've been doing since day one. You know, so it would be nice for them to implement some of those things in the game. Because just think about how many players we lost because they didn't know how to deal with the cheaters. You know what I mean? If you're an average player and you come to Dark Zone, you're not going to have the best experience, man. I'm sorry. And as much as I'd like to say, sorry guys, I'm messing with my laptop. What is this? Okay, that was a little strange. Hope I don't get shot just standing in the middle of the street. It's not the smartest thing to do. Okay. KK just went road. Like I said, we do have players in here. Just FYI, for those of you just pulled up. We're still talking and discussing the state of the game, where it's going, about its concerns. If you guys have any, feel free to talk about it. You know, I most certainly would love to have this conversation and with people who, like some of the bigger channels, man, you know, the guys that pushing, you know, 40, 50, 70,000 plus subscribers. I don't know. Oh, there's somebody in front of me. I don't understand why they don't put more emphasis on PvP, you know, and not to harp on, you know, even Road Gold. I mean, bro, your name is Road Gold. I've got nothing against Road Gold, by the way. You know, I made, oh, he's gonna run in a CP. I made one response video. He made it in. I made one response video to some things that he suggested, and I felt he talked and you know, incorrectly, and I stated my opinion. I didn't have to get disrespectful. But and it's on the channel. For those of you who rock with me, you know it's a response to Road Goal. It's only got, I don't know, maybe 300-400 views. Didn't get a whole lot of traction, and that's fine too. You know, the videos I put out where I'm talking my ish and I'm talking about things of relevance, sometimes they don't get as much love as, you know, some of the more toxic or negative videos that we have because of our encounters with people via DZ. Um, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, I just think that, you know, players that have, you know, a following that's, again, 50, 60, 70K, why not use that platform to bring awareness and dissatisfaction? Let them know that, hey, we're pissed about it. You know, you take a channel like mine where we're only, you know, 400 or 500 members strong. That's a very small voice on the internet. You understand? So the guys that, you know, are at that half 100K mark, you like, I don't understand it. You know, regardless of how many subs I have, I'm going to talk about issues that I feel are relevant. You know, whether I have 500 subs, 5,000, 50,000. You know, and I think the authenticity of what I bring to the table is why a lot of you guys rock with me now. Um, but it's just crazy how there's really no mention of like PvP and Div. Um, it's, damn. The way that NPC just lit me up, I honestly thought that was a player going rogue on my back. Oh my god. Alright, we just had like 4 or 5 people out here. Where the hell did everybody go? There was an extraction right here. Something going on over here. What the fuck? I hate that, man. I hate when you come out to the dark zone and you smack 2 or 3 players and then everybody just leaves. It's crazy to me. But yeah, back to using our platforms, using our voices. You know what I mean? I honestly believe that from year 2, 3, 4, 5 on, if more people would have spoken out about the lack of PvP support instead of the guys that only have a couple hundred subs, I guarantee you we probably would have way more going on than what we got going on. But they don't feel it bothers us. I mean, look how many things they went and changed because the community was so pissed. Look how many things we've altered because we were so pissed. But when it comes to using our voices, we don't want to use them. We only want to use them to talk shit to each other. We don't want to use them to implement changes that's going to enlighten and better our experiences out here. I don't understand that. Why would you not want to have the best experience on the game? I don't get it. But for whatever reason, that's where we're at. You know, we got people who aren't really doing a whole lot. They're sitting back and they may mention it like, oh, you know what? Oh, it's a crying shame that there's nothing coming for PvP. But on to that apparel event. It's like, what the fuck? What? It's like their attention span for PvP is so short. And I think the devs have figured that out. Like, oh, well, you know what? Let's just sprinkle another apparel event. Let's do another damn global event. Let's do this. Let's just sprinkle them with more PvE and PvE, and we're just gonna call it something else and reward them with something else, and oh, that'll keep them happy. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this for the next 4 or 5 years. Absolutely not. We're losing people on this game. The day oneers are damn near like dinosaurs. You can barely spot us. And I don't play nowhere near as much as I used to, so you could probably even include me in that group. And this is why when we get on, we like to stream, beat people up, expose cheaters, show you guys multi-groupers, show you guys boosters. There's not a single type of person we have not shown you guys. And we've dealt with all of them. Every single last category we've dealt with. And it just never ends, man. You know, I really feel sorry for the division agents, myself included, that are PvPers, man. Conflict or Dark Zone. It's just 8 years, man. And you got people still coming out here. Day oneers still coming out here. You know, dancing in these same 3 sandboxes. DZ East, DZ West, DZ South. What are these nerds doing? Got a few of them out here. Big Feasel. I recognize Big Feasel. You guys want to go out here and have some fun? What do you guys think about that Lady Death? I don't see many people using Lady Death, but I had to.
Entering invaded dark zone.
I had to use it. Oh. Look at this. What are we doing, boys? I know he don't got. He got my mask on. Oh my God. My son. My son. He put on a headshot regen build. He put on a headshot regen build. Why is that everybody's go-to? I don't understand it, man. Like everybody on this game, soon as they see you, first thing they put on is a headshot regen build. First thing they put on. Now these is people who wasn't even aim. They don't even aim for the head. They don't even aim for the head, bro.
Hostile defender drone. Detected.
This is unbreakable. Look, he's got his armor back.
Vital signs.
Headshot regen nerd. He almost shitted on himself. Look at this, man. I don't got regen. Crit Bighorn? It's cute. That's cute. Yeah, you don't. Can I spawn in? Yeah, Feasel. You know what? Shout out. Oh, let me go ahead and plug my computer up. Shout out to Let's Go Esco, because he uses a very similar build like that, where he's building for crit instead of headshot damage. You know, so I think that's kind of crazy. Bighorn does slap a little harder than St. Elmo's. I don't know if I got a Bighorn build on this character.
Safe area entered.
Yeah, that's what we was just talking about, man. Prototype gear, I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know how the prototype gear is gonna work. Let me make sure my shit is in check.
Entering invaded dark zone.
Can I use my skill? God damn. Yeah, that's probably not gonna work. No skill build.
Entering safe
Yeah, he's hugging the door. I'm not gonna be able to use my skill build. No skill build.
now entering an invaded dark zone.
This nerd won't even let me get out of the door.
Hostile defender drone. Detected.
Come here, Faisal. I almost had him. That box stopped me from strafing, though. Good shit. And he's a nerd, though, because he's attacking me as soon as I come out of the fucking door. Like, that's crazy. As soon as I came out, half my armor was gone.
Safe area detected.
Don't run, Feasel.
Entering invaded dark zone.
Look at him. Don't run, Feasel. Come on now. God, I got to chase you, bro. There we go. You popped a kid. There you go. There you go, baby girl. There you go, baby girl. Fuck you thought this was, man? Stop that shit. Now back to what we was saying, bro. Somebody asked something about the prototype gear. Bro, I think it's fucked up that it's only applicable to the new to the new mode, right? So they want us to grind a PvE grind, right? They want us to do a PvE grind for a new mode that only applies to this particular mode. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, man? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. It makes no sense. Um, but it is what it is. Let's see if these nerds come out and say hello. Oh shit, it's a whole bunch of them out here. One, two, three. Damn. Vendor, Fiesel. What's up, boy? Oh, this nerd just snaked me. I'm trying to say what's up to my boy and he just snaked me. That's crazy. Why you do that, Fiesel? You hurt? Fiesel just snaked me. Fiesel just snaked me. Come on, man. And you got a defender drone? Oh, he's blackbird. Hey, but that's some bullshit because you snaked me twice. Twice he snaked me twice, bro. He's such a geek. Yo, I'm over there trying to say what up to Middleton. This nerd snaked me. That's crazy, man. You and your feelings, Fiesel. That boy, he's in his bag, man. Shout out to Middleton, man. He snaked the hell out of me. I could have just reared up and shot the shit out you, gang. I could have just reared up and shot the shit out of you. Oh, here we go. Alright, ROG. You got that, bro. I don't even have the patience. You showing us. You know what? ROG, salute you, bro. Hey, Middleton, if you in here, man, what's up, bro? At the end of the day, I'm not finna do no auto nemesis. I'm good, man. I'm good. And that brings us to our next topic right here. If y'all just pulled up, smash that thumbs up. What is up with all the cheating, bro? Like auto nemesis and what are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? This shit don't make any sense. Auto nemi. Auto nemi. Auto nemi. Best sniper rifle in the game. We can turn it into an SMG. What are we doing, bro? That shit just pissed me off. Be honest, I would have rather stayed there and fought the HIT geek, slapped him around. You didn't have to use no auto nemi. I didn't use no auto nemi for that nerd. I didn't use an auto nemi for that nerd. See, when we fought, I mean, snake me a few times, shoot me coming out the fucking door. You understand? But I didn't feel like going to another safe house, and then they don't want to give me the transfer. I didn't feel like going to another safe house and then running over there to him. Cause Fiesel, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Hey, man. A couple of them kills you got was the shit, though. I mean, you did kill me with a skill build. I give you that, but come on, man. You snaking me every time I come out the door. You, you really don't want that smoke. That's what I'm talking about, Sanders. Yeah, keep them bills at the top of the food chain, man. You got to. You got to. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, get out here and optimize and swap things in and swap things out. You have to, man. You know, you can't just stay with a meta build. Like I've got some. I'll show you guys one of my meta builds, right? So You guys remember this build, right? So when we got the perfect spotter, when UG was introduced to the game, this was like a really this build right here just cracks even to this day. Like that, I haven't changed much about it. I haven't modified much. Using carbine 7 with a Nemi, tons of damage on this thing. 58 on the chance, 142 on the crit hit damage, 18% damage to targets out of cover. We've got damage to armor. We've got, just again, and you got your crit, you got your crit chance, crit damage, you got your multiplicative damage coming from 3 different pieces. This build cracks. If you really want to like neutralize a regen geek, you don't even. A lot of people think you got to go all red glass. I promise you, you don't. This build, this build right here will strip the fucking armor off pretty much any build in this game. 140k regen. Trust me, I've got one of the highest regen builds in the game. That being the Indomitable tank build. 139,000 regen, bro. I don't even know if you can hit 140. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. This game is not designed for you to out survive somebody that's, you know what I'm saying? It's not meant for that. So damage is always going to be higher than your ability to regen. You understand? That's just how it is. So you can put all the regen and hazard and incoming repairs and repair skills. Don't matter how you run it, bro. I've run them all types of ways. You'll never be able to stand up to a damage bill and out heal him before he runs out of his magazine. It ain't gonna happen. You understand? So my whole thing is, let's get out here and see if we can find some action. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. This game is just in a weird place, man. It's in a weird place. I don't know what's, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It's in a weird place, man. ROG dude. Honestly, we all could have went rogue in there and had a Royal Rumble, man. I know it was a few HIT nerds in there. Um, the ROG dude, he's the reason I left because he wants to start using auto nemesis, and I don't get it. I didn't see anybody else cheating or doing no bullshit. So what is the reason, bro? Somebody explain to me. What the fuck is the reason? If you're in a server and nobody's cheating, everybody's playing, fighting straight up, what is the point of bringing out an automatic nemesis, which is not even supposed to be in the game? Somebody help me understand that shit. What is the point? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Looks like we got a server swap again. I don't get it, man. If y'all just pulled up, smash that thumbs up. And if you're not subbed, what are you doing? I gotta take a brief recess, man. I'll be back in a moment. Sheesh.
late to run. Not that anyone here would have run anyway. Smells like crab cakes.
Agent requesting backup.
I like making deals.
Come on.
Priority objective available, Agent.
Access complete. Entering invaded dark zone. Hilo is headed back. Hilo is returning to base. Serious trauma detected. Agent down. Rogue agent neutralized. Now detecting contaminated gear. Agent deceased. Incoming cargo plane with dark zone drop. Rogue status removed. Safe area detected. Now entering an invaded dark zone.
Keep off the street. Breaking curfew is a direct violation of martial law. Civilians who disobey our orders wait their right to a civilian tribunal and will be tried by court-martial.
agent eliminated.
Shouldn't have did that.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Serious trauma detected. Agent out of action. Agent killed. Rogue protocol deactivated. Safe area entered.
Hey, that was tough. Oh man. And blah 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 and his boys. Psh, psh. Come on, man. Y'all know how we give it up on this side, man. You ain't finna just run up and psh, 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 psh. Not me.
Dark zone drop.
Not without me giving some good lashings back in return.
Detected.
I got to. Got to give some good lashings back. Come on, man. But nobody comes to DZ by themselves, man. It's crazy. I mean, it's tough for the solo players. I ain't gonna lie.
Proximity coverage only.
It's tough for us out here, man. Out here getting it in, beating down nerds. Let's get in. Somebody's definitely over here. See where we going.
Initiating rogue protocol. Hostile defender drone detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent down. Agent deceased. Hostile restore hive detected. Rogue status removed. Safe area detected. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Does anybody come to Dark Zone by themselves, man? This is crazy.
Hostile patrol detected.
Your boy Dom just keeps getting jumped. Oh, shit.
Rogue protocol initiated.
Oh, that stagger. Oh. Pix is the one that's going to really save them, though. Because them other ones he with is.
Agent killed.
Them other two's dog shit. Yeah, Pix got some squabbles, man. We 1v1 quite a few times. On stream. But that stagger sent me like, oh man. That's tough.
Rogue protocol deactivated.
I mean, I just keep running into stacks and stacks of people, man. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't run into any two stacks. I haven't run into like any solo. Like everybody, the only solo nerd I really ran into was that HIT nerd we beat on. Um, and I guess he was so in his feelings about the recent events. The nerd was shooting me before I even came out of the door. He's pre-firing at the door, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's pre-firing at the door. But you saw what happened when I was able to get out that door, man. You know, you're not supposed to do that. Sit on the fucking doors. We've dropped thousands of manhunts for you guys to see. Do we do that shit, man? Do we do that shit? No, we don't do that goofy shit, man. We don't do that goofy shit, man. And honestly, we probably would still be fighting right now if that ROG dude didn't come in with that automatic nemesis.
Incoming. Dark zone drop has been delivered. Safe area detected.
Oh, they're just saying, "Down, we're not gonna give you the
Access granted.
we're not gonna give you the transfer." Okay, it's crazy. Look,
Dark zone drop.
I was gonna say all those dark zone drops were along the south, so now they got me in a dead ass server. Dead ass server, man. You know, and if that last time we flagged up on Pix and that other and those other two, if it was an instant flag and I didn't have to sit there and hold the fucking button for 20 seconds, if I didn't have to do that, I believe I would have got all of them. I think it would have been a situation like we saw when we was fighting and blah 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 and his people moments before. Oh yeah, Western Extraction,
Safe area
DZ
entered.
West. The boys thought they was they thought they was finna come up and psh, psh. I dropped two of the three, so I'll take it. And then I know they're in a party because why would they spawn at the safe house if the fight happened at Western Extraction? If that was the case, right? If we're at Western, my bad, DZ South, not West. So if I take the first two out in this area right here, why would he spawn way over here? I'll tell you why he spawned way over there. Because his teammates told him to. They say, oh, he's pushing safe house. So he spawned here. And it was a very simple play. It wasn't like they did anything spectacular. I was focused on the third and final nerd that was pushing me. And I know I don't have no survivability on this build. So I've really got to do what I've got to do. I've got to make what I do count. And if it don't, you're going to be on the ground. And that's why when Fiesel dropped me one of those times, I had that build on. It's got no blues on it, so survivability is non-existent. You really have to do what you have to do quickly. And if you can't do that quickly and efficiently, you'll be on the ground. Because it's not meant to take no burst from no Boros or pretty much any other SMG in the game. It's just not meant for that. It wouldn't have the damage that it has if it was meant to take on a full magazine from a Boros or anything like that.
Easy drop incoming.
Did they really just put me on another dead server, man? Gosh. I just can't catch a break.
We need you to secure a skyscraper. This may take a while. Hope you cleared your schedule.
Entering safe area.
Priority objective available.
Access granted.
We need you to secure a skyscraper. This may take a while. Hope you cleared your schedule.
Safe area entered.
You swear an oath that means something. No matter what. A day when nobody comes knocking is a good day.
zone drop available. Access complete. Entering safe area. Dark zone drop has been delivered. Safe area detected.
Say it ain't so. So DZ's not that dead.
Dark zone drop available. Dark zone drop expired. Safe area entered.
about you guys, but I'm getting a little frustrated. Servers are dead. Not a whole lot going on in DZ. We got jumped in every server, as per usual. It's just the life of a rogue agent. You're gonna get jumped. You're gonna get jumped. I'll tell you guys what. Since it's so slow, I don't know. We might go grind for some gear. I don't know. Just concluded several new builds on my hardcore character. I mean, I for damn sure don't want to keep swapping DZs just to try to find somebody to fight. Then we did fight some sweaty nerds. Took out quite a few of them as well. This is why I really wish that they would have a queue where you can go in solo. Even though we all know with the amount of service that's up right now, I think that may be more of a hindrance, an issue than a solution for obvious reasons. We know how certain agents can be always trying to find ways to give themselves significant advantage. It'd basically be like multi-grouping, but it would be for solo. But I guarantee you, if they put something up to where if you're caught doing some shit like that, it would be penalized or put on a brief suspension, that would deter these geeks. Again, the reason why this game is so out of control is because there's no repercussions for nothing that anybody does. There's no consequences behind anything that. And this is why the DZ looks the way it does. This is why it looks empty. You know, I remember the first few years of this game coming out, man, you go in the dark zone, I don't care what time you went, there's people in there. How many times did we swap servers? With the hopes of finding somebody? I don't know. I don't get it. It sucks. And I've heard, you know, Dark Zone PvP is less popular these days, and I get it. My issue is there's been nothing that has been implemented or done to try to bring players back. You know, they have so much emphasis on these new players, putting out blueprints on weapons that have been in the game for years, man. Holsters, masks, all these different exotics that most of the people who've been playing year 2 and beyond, they have all of those items. This is not even just the day 1 people. Shout out Lieutenant Nova. What's going on, gang? Hello, how you doing? Nice of you to show up. We're just out here talking our ish. I kind of wanted to do some Dark Zone play. We slapped a few nerds. We didn't drop no solo manis, but we did slap a few nerds. Got jumped quite a bit. Server swapped several times after that and was unsuccessful in finding a server with at least one damn person in it. So you know what that means, man. Get into some other things. Certainly don't want to spend the whole stream server swapping. So we'll go out and try to acquire some gear. See what we can get going. I don't. I know we was talking about making them rifle builds. I don't know, man. I don't really know if I. Let me check my weapons real quick. And if I did make it, I'd probably want to make it. I'd probably want to do something with Tinkerer for this character, which, if you know, you know. Shit slaps, and I'm not talking about people stacking and doing weird shit, using exploits. And I mean, the way it's intended to work is the way we're gonna use it. I don't know of any other way. I don't know about any damage glitch. I've heard about them, but I don't inquire about it because I don't plan on doing it. This is another weapon I kind of want to start using a little bit more. I don't think I've ever even used this. If you look at the description though, it mentions hitting your teammates, man. Like, I've never seen a gun in a game besides the skill don't count. But I've never seen a gun in a game where shooting your allies actually gives them some type of bonus. That's new. So we do have that Harrier. We do have that new Harrier build, which we was gonna show during the last stream, but we didn't really get into that. I'm still trying to get accustomed to using the Harrier. You know, the red stacks convert to the blue stacks, and you know, I really wish certain things they wouldn't make so complex. You know what I mean? Just simplify it like you've simplified everything else, man. You know, you really dumbed the game down. We used to have talents on every piece in the game. Guys, remember that? Holsters had talents. Your gloves had talents. Your mask had talents, bro. They dumbed this game down because it was too much. It was too much for most people. It was too much going on. Too much at the bottom of the screen. You know how amazing it was looking down at your screen. You see 7, 8, 9 fucking talents activated, and not because you're fucking using some type of tinkerer glitch. It was in the game. It was this. The game was actually designed for this gameplay. Everybody could use this gameplay. Yeah. It's before the servers went to shit. Yeah, honestly, I don't see Div 2 lasting no 2 years with the formula that they're giving us. Even for PvEers, I don't see it lasting. So I don't know. I don't know. Div's kind of in a weird state right now. I do like that they increased the max size on this 1886. You guys remember this used to be 5. And it's 8. I like it to be 10 or... If it was 10 or 12, that would be nice, man. That would be nice. But, I mean, I'll take the 8 mag over the previous 5. You understand? I need to use this thing a little bit more, man. But you see, I don't have a whole lot of rifles. Honestly, I don't hear many people talking about MK17, but I like this fucking gun, man. I like this gun. I think I'm going to throw some expertise on it, too. Yeah, I don't really have many good rifles, man. That's the crazy thing. If I'm going to use Tinkerer, I can't use Baker's Dozen. I can't use Artist Tool. Not that I would want to anyway. I don't know. We could run a thing, a countdown, and see if we can get something. Wait a minute. Is it in DZ? Ah, it's marksman rifles, not rifles. Damn. I'm gonna say, wait a minute. We could hit the DZ real quick and. Alright, man. Okay. What we may end up doing is we may end up pulling up to DZ again in a little while.
Another agent is now in your group.
Just to. Oh my god.
An agent is no longer. has left your group. Another agent is now in your group. An agent is no longer in your group.
Oh, for those of you guys who don't know as well, countdown requisition points is double. You understand? So if you're like me and you get out here and you put a pounding on these NBCs on heroic, that 208
Another
is
agent
now
has joined your group.
416 requisition points per run. It's kind of a big deal.
An agent has left your group.
Remember, you can use those requisition points for pretty much anything in the game, bro. You can use those requisition points for anything in the game. So whether that's buying caches because you're hunting for another St. Elmo's, or you know, you want a bighorn or a pesty, you know, you can buy those exotic caches. You can buy the name caches. They usually have multiple named items, gear, and weapons. You know what I mean? The whole nine.
Communication relay offline.
Black Tusk have taken the power plant. Looks like they've triggered the lockdown protocols while they were charging their warhounds. We need to get control of the experimental reactor.
I think, like I told you guys, like on the last stream, I believe Big Alejandro
Reactor
was
unstable.
it's my first time using that exotic,
Protocols activated. 15
and
minutes
honestly, it's not
lockdown.
bad, man. Only thing that sucks is you got to find that cover. You get a hold of that, but if you don't have cover and you're out of cover, just shooting, it's like pellets. But as long as you're getting those stacks, you're good. You're golden. Again, that 1100 RPM is just, I mean, without having to spec into rate of fire, you know, having to use striker or a named holster, just having that RPM take off like that, that you can pretty much mix and blend with any build. It's just, it opens up a lot of paths, a lot of teams you can do. Look at that damage, man. 244,000 on the crit. This is a tank build. This is not no like all red, so for me to be hitting like that, and I can get off 1100 1100 of them things in a minute, that's tough. Anything that's on the other side of that barrel is getting shredded. No VIP. Single cooling tower.
Secure the area so we can bring in the engineer.
See, that's what happens when
Protect the engineer. You're in. We need to locate the target.
I never really understood why people just, you know what I mean, don't follow simple coordinated instructions. Host marks a specific objective, and you'll have people who go to a whole nother objective. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I thought it was pretty universal how we all, us agents, feel about VIP. Sucks when your teammates walk in front of you. You know, I got the shredder on and a teammate just walks right in front of you. Not a care in the world. Let me help you out. Him need some milk. Oh, I didn't change my allocated loot. Oof. You know what? Even if it is cut in half, Sanders, do you guys remember when it was like 120 components just to get your shit to like level 21, 22? That was crazy, man. It went up one exotic component every level. All the way to 20, I believe. One level used to be 20 components. So the way it is now is better than it was, but it's like they're taking baby steps to fix this game. You know what I mean? In reality, they almost have to reduce the cost of things because there's so many new people who are trying to play. And when you're just now starting out, and all of us have been at it for years, you're so far behind where we are and what our builds can do. So they're again, this is like we talked about it earlier. Everything they're doing is geared toward newer players. These are agents who've been playing 2 years or less. If you're an agent, you've been playing this game 2 years or less, you pulled up at the right time, bro. You really did, because everything they do is geared toward new players. They don't do anything for players who are like day oneers, experienced. They just don't. So it really, damn it. I'm gonna play this game. He had my agent in the corner punching the shit out of her. That's crazy. But yeah, like we were saying, they don't do anything for the more advanced, you know, the further along, the expertise 30s. I don't see any. I'll take both of those. I don't see any of those things being done and implemented into the game, and that's what honestly sucks. Um, all those guys who did, these guys are bots. So they started to do VIP. Obviously, they couldn't do it, and they just gave up. It was 3 of them over there. What are they doing? You had 3 people over there. You guys couldn't do VIP for whatever reason. I've been able to clear a VIP room on heroic, on my hardcore character by myself. I don't understand why they can't do it as 3 people, regular agents. It don't make sense to me. But yeah, they don't do enough for the day oneers, man, and that's a slap in the face because those are the guys that are spending $200 on pre-orders and $149.99 on pre-orders, and you know, getting your platinum package, deals that you have to offer. Those are the ones, and then you know, to see them not really get anything in return. You know, they've kept your game alive from year 2 all the way, most of them up until at least year 5, year 6. A lot of them started dropping off. And these aren't just PvPers I'm speaking of. A lot of PvEers have kind of hung it up as well. A lot of people don't like the direction of the game, where it's going. But I mean, I agree, you know, Sanders, I feel that it's a good thing, but I think the devs are not. I think they're smart enough to know that they're gonna have to do just more than cut costs for expertise, you know. But we'll see, man. There's been a lot of things that we've said, and a lot of things we haven't said, which is kind of what we were speaking on earlier as well. How people don't really use their platforms. They'll mention it, You know, oh, PvP not getting any love. It's a crying shame. And then go right back to talking about PvE content and other shit about PvE. And it's been this way. I don't, honestly, I think some of those people, they can't
Critical systems
say
exposed.
anything. That's what I think. Because if they could, I believe they would. And if they wouldn't, then they must just be spineless. I don't know. Um, but 8 years to not have anything in the game is
Data
it's kind of
transfer
crazy,
halted.
man. It's definitely.
High risk target detected.
I don't think there's no explanation in the world for it. And even when the devs talk about it, you know, they'll mention it and then casually say, "Oh, we'll spin back around to that topic. We'll wrap that topic up at another time." And it's like, well, when is another time? If 8 years have already happened and we've seen little to nothing, when are we gonna focus
Area
on,
secure.
you know,
Agent,
PvP?
you should be able to access the lab.
You know, and that's why a lot of people stop playing. And again, for the Dark Zone, you know, I'm not really gonna advocate too much for conflict because I'm more of a Dark Zone player. You understand? Um, for them not to have more going on with something that's supposed to be a cornerstone of the storyline, is mind blowing to me. I think there should have been talks about Dark Zone and expanding Dark Zone, maybe bringing another faction that has risen from Dark Zone. I mean, there's so many different, and this is just me naming
Agent,
stuff
you've
off the
reached
top
the
of my
lab. I
head.
need you to stabilize the reactor.
These nerds actually sat down and really came up with some creative ideas and concepts to go
Evacuate
with,
the facility.
even
5
when it
minutes
comes
to
to
lockdown.
introducing new
You're in.
factions into the
Now,
game.
just need to find and
They could
destroy
go
those
whatever
fuel valves.
whatever way they want to go. It just seems like the story is where it's at. They're okay with it being where it's at. And then, you know, they keep doing these little add-ons and they give us a couple comms to listen to and they're like, "Oh, the story is but is it really though, man?" You know. And then with them just having those layoffs recently, you know, who the hell knows what's going to happen, bro? A lot of people are feeling like, you know, Div 3 is honestly 2-3 years away. And I remember when I first heard that shit, I didn't believe it. You know, I didn't believe it at all. I'm afraid that might be exactly where we're at, man.
Nice
We
work
may
on the
not
valve.
see it for 2-3
Now,
years.
I need you to expose the reactor's core.
You know, I think a lot of these companies are probably going to push projects back long after GTA 6 has come out because it's going to be such a juggernaut and it's going to take away from
Good.
whatever's out
Now,
at that
we
time,
just need
around
to
that
destroy the
time,
magnetic core.
right before that time,
be
right
fine.
after that time is going to be affected. So, you know, this could be something that they're doing to intentionally space the timing from their project and other projects they feel
Target
that
detected.
may take away from their thunder. So
System back
who the hell
online.
knows, man? And again, that on top of the layoffs, it's hard to say. I hear a dog.
He's gone.
Man, it's an elite right here.
System disrupted. System restored.
Oh, they all spawned over here. That's cute. Yeah, man. So when they dropped that news, I think it was, I want to say yesterday. It definitely wasn't a good day for division agents, man. Absolutely not.
System malfunctioning. High-risk target approaching. System reactivated.
A lot of action going on over here. We had like 3 waves of NPCs, 2 bosses. Whoever came through with those heals, that was clutch at the right time.
Experimental reactor offline. System restored.
I hear people say that the SOCOM M1A is nice. I usually
Good
use
work,
the
Agent.
classic.
You saved the plant. Move to extraction point.
Never really used the
Shoot
SOCOM.
off
I
a flare
think
when you're ready for Torres to bring you
might
home.
give it a shot. See what's want. Am I still? I think I'm still farming mines. Well, it's a good thing I wrapped around this big ass room because I had 4 drops I didn't even see. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long ride, man. I don't know, man. 2 years is quite a ways to go. If they want this game to actually last 10 years, yeesh. You're gonna have to do more than drop Brooklyn and New York DLCs, in my personal opinion.
System malfunctioning.
Agent, stay frosty. Hunters incoming.
But we'll see.
System reactivated.
Yes, we are doing heroic content.
System disrupted.
Hardcore mode.
Moving on the target. Tangos are trying to flank us. They got me pinned. Help me, somebody, help me.
System restored.
Where did that come from? Enemy put up a shield.
They gave us 2 heavies. His armor belt should have been broke. I don't even think half of them shots registering. Now everybody wants to. It's crazy.
When you're ready, send up a flare so Torres can pick you up.
My hardcore character, the real assassin. She's ahead of everybody else. And they're on regular characters. Regular agents.
An agent needs assistance.
It's all about positions, man.
Agent down.
Another 100 down. Damn, somebody actually.
Agent is no longer in your group.
They killed Robert. No.
Support station up and running. What? No, no. Changing magazine.
Helo inbound to your location. Hold tight.
Now that ensnare was just so amazing. I had 1 left and I was able to successfully ensnare both of these elites.
What is this shit?
Please!
Torres is in position.
Those rounds were so hot, so fast that the game couldn't even keep up with the damage. The numbers. My PS5 is smoking.
An agent has left
Again,
your
this is
group.
heroic content, guys. It's one of the hardest difficulties in the game. And you see us get out here, we walk through this shit
Nice work. You
like it's
stabilized the
hard
power grid
or
in
it's
this
story
region.
mode. Look at that,
An
416
agent is no
points.
longer in your group.
Take a look at that number in that upper left-hand corner. 416 points, man. Smash those thumbs up. Let's go. Um, yeah, again, it only costs $224 for you to get yourself an exotic cache in the event that you do come out here. Every 3 runs that you make, you'll pretty much guarantee yourself like 2 exotic caches. You know, this can be items again. It could be gear, it could be weapons, things that you guys maybe have lost, maybe you deconstructed, maybe you sold on accident. You can get out here, you can, have yourselves a much higher chance of getting those items back with this double countdown requisition.
Safe area entered.
416 points. I'm show you guys what I'm talking about. Come on over here real quick. Show you guys a little something.
More exciting. Listen to watch.
Now look, 224, like I stated, to get an exotic cache, man. So again, my countdown requisition points, typically it fluctuates between, maybe 20 to 30,000. There have been times where I've dropped under 20K. I was like at 16, 17. Depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I may go through exotic components because I'm making builds or I'm expertising a weapon from 0 to 30. However, with this event that's going on, you can really make up a lot of ground that we've all probably wasted and used on expertise in builds, whether that be gear or weapons. So I would definitely take advantage of. Let me see. When does this end? I think this ends sometime today, if I'm not mistaken. Countdown surge. Yeah, so we got about 10 hours left of this, man. So roughly about, 1, what is that, 1 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central Time, somewhere around there. This event's going to end late tonight, early morning. So if you guys are on right now, or maybe you're getting off work early, you got some other stuff going on, again, you guys just saw 416 countdown requisition points in just one run. Definitely not bad. Oh yeah, let's take a look and see what we got here. Hold on. 2 things we gotta see here. Specialization 15. So we can put some in AR. That works. Yeah, let's take a look at what we got. 16. I already got a couple gear shifts. I don't really like L86. I don't fuck with Tabula Rosa, and I don't fuck with L86. To be honest, I think if you're gonna use an L86, you might as well just go with an AR. The way the gun handles, the mag size, it handles a lot like an AR. It's the weakest LMG in the game, in my opinion. I'd take the M249, M60, Stoner, Negev, and GR9 over L86. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm kind of interested in this SIG 716. I know I've used it for Descent, and I felt it was okay. I didn't feel like it was like amazing or nothing like that, but I felt like it was alright. Might be a weapon that we could put a little bit of resources into and see what's going on from there. What is this? Okay. I know this isn't the most exciting part of the stream, so I won't keep you guys waiting too long. Watching me sift through gear.
Low price? My inventory thanks you. Glad we got that settled.
Put me a soda in the freezer. Put something on ice. Let me see, what is this here?
Another agent has joined your group. Another agent is now in your group. Another agent has joined your group. An agent has left your group. An agent is no longer in your group. Another agent is now in your group. Communication relay offline.
Black Tusk have taken the power plant. Looks like they've triggered the lockdown protocols while they were charging their warhounds. We need to remove the safeguards and restart the reactor.
Reactor unstable. Emergency lockdown protocols activated. 15 minutes lockdown.
Please proceed to your nearest exit. Lockdown safety protocols initiated.
System malfunctioning. System back online.
Secure the area so we can bring in the engineer. Protect the engineer.
What the hell was... Man! Armor's busted up! Taking the shot!
Got your back. Hostile is here.
System curtailed. System reactivated.
Target! That one's mine! Oh, no good! Chicken plates are fucked! Here!
Lockdown. Evacuate the facility.
Lockdown safety protocols in effect. Proceed to your nearest exit.
Stay the fuck away!
System disrupted. High-risk target detected.
What the fuck was that?
System restored.
Deploying UAV.
Hostiles neutralized. Area secure.
Thank you, Agent. I was starting to think this was it for us. I can see them. I'm stuck here. Get there. Got him.
High-risk target detected.
They got me suppressed.
Area secure.
Agent, you should be able to access the reactor. Agent, you've reached the reactor. I need you to get it back online.
Evacuate Evacuate the facility. 5 minutes to lockdown.
Now that you're in, we need to decrypt the safety protocols.
Your nearest exit. Full lockdown imminent. Warning. Reactor unstable. Initiating lockdown procedures.
Good work decrypting the protocols. You need to remove those controls to get the reactor back online.
High-risk target detected. Hostile blinder firefly detected.
Great work, Agent. Now you just need to restart the reactor and keep any hostiles from knocking it offline or killing you. No pressure.
That guy's a bitch. Getting cooked over here.
Reactor online.
Good work, Agent. You saved the plant. Move to extraction point. Torres is waiting for your signal. Shoot off a flare when you're ready to come home.
System malfunctioning.
Agent, stay frosty. Hunters incoming.
System reactivated.